to address the reason why you are not in a relationship. Why are you single? If you're trying to be single, that's not a problem. But if you think that you want a relationship, you believe with all your might that you want a relationship, but you're still single, why are you single? It's because of your beliefs. And this is super important for you to understand this. Relatively speaking, your conscious mind that wants to be in a relationship is the size of a football. And your subconscious mind in charge of your survival, a football field. So, if your subconscious mind has associated more pain than pleasure, more danger than safety to being in a romantic relationship, it won't let you have it. Things that can happen as a kid, this is such a common one, I see this all the time. You love your mom, you love your dad, they love you with all their heart, but it means that when I love my mom, my dad, and they asking me to make my bed, do my homework, put the garbage out, I end up doing things I don't like doing. So often people associate losing freedom with being in a relationship, and their need for freedom is more powerful than their need to be in a relationship. But I want to point that out before, and I posted this earlier, is that true freedom is not the ability to do what you want when you want. True freedom is the ability to give your heart what your heart wants. There's a huge difference with that. Like parents love their kids, and they would feel like they lost all their freedom if actually being with their kids was not fulfilling their heart. When you fulfill your heart, no matter how busy you are, you still feel free. But when you're doing things that just to make your senses feel good, you're actually not free. You are a slave to your emotions. All right. Another fear, big fear that people have is losing control, being dumped, being hurt. You've had your first date, you're like 15, 16, you're so insecure, and you think you're going to marry this person because the emotions are so intense, out of control intense. And you think like, wow, this is it. And then, how many people do you know who ended up in a relationship at age 15 that lasted their whole life? It's extremely rare. So usually, it just ends. When I'm coaching young people who started dating, I tell them, I warn them, I said, even though you might believe that you are going to marry this person or that you're going to want to spend the rest of your life with this person, it's most likely not true. The aim of a relationship when you're that age is to teach you what you want in a relationship, what love is, who you are, all of these things. So if you're like 20, 30, 40, 60 years old and you're trying to date, but you remember that time subconsciously where you got dumped and how much it hurt, well, this had nothing to do with love, because love is safe. If it's not safe, it's not love, it's need. And when we are needy of another person and we get dumped, it really hurts and it's scary afterwards. We never want to be that vulnerable. But if you truly love someone, it's done maturely. It's not the end of the world. You want the best for them. They want the best for you. It's amicable. You can move on. So make sure that if you're finding yourself right now single and want a relationship, that you use people like me, people who do the Heart Freedom Method, to help you find the subconscious blocks that have made you believe that subconsciously, without your knowledge, that relationships are dangerous, because that's the reason why you're single if you would love to be in a relationship.